just in case I'm gonna record it. Okay, let's see, it's doing that. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go live on Facebook. Okay, so I'm live, no screaming. No screaming. Okay. Am I live, y'all? Trying to see if it's working. Oh, there it is. Okay, I am live. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Just took me a second there because for some reason it wouldn't come up, so I didn't realize I was live. How's everybody doing this evening? Jacqueline Kabah Harrison here. Oh, thank you, Dr. Carolyn, sending me some good information. So, for those of you that may not know me, my name is Jacqueline Kabah Harrison. I am a confidence and success coach. I am a confidence and success coach, and I work specifically with African American women that have coaching and or consulting businesses. I help them to show up boldly and consistently with intention, right? Allowing them to actually eliminate negative self-talk and eliminate all of that self-sabotaging behaviors, right? That actually limit your growth and your development, your personal development as well as your professional development, right? That actually, how you hear people say, standing in your way, right? Standing in your own way of creating the successful business that you truly want to create, okay? Yes, there's some little feet in the background. You see there's a person back there that's joining me tonight. Okay, so I'm doing something a little different tonight. Let me go ahead and hit my record over here on for Instagram. Okay, hey Instagram, what's up, what's up? Jacqueline Kabah Harrison here. I'm doing something a little different tonight. I'm actually going to share my screen. So Instagram, if you want to see my screen, you have to pop over to Facebook to see the actual video and actually see the screen, okay? So trying something a little different. So you have joined me for Evening Motivation with Jackie, which happens every Tuesday and Thursday. And I say 10 p.m. or 10-ish, right? Tonight I was actually on a very motivational call with Dr. Carolyn. And the project that I'm working on with her is myself and 21 other co-authors. You know, we're in the process of creating this awesome book that's going to launch in August, September area, or August. And we were talking about it, and, you know, we just kind of got a little carried away. It was, you know, very inspiring, and we got the flowing and stuff like that. So I'm a little behind schedule this evening. Okay, so let me share my screen. Remember, Jay, I'm live. Now he said he wasn't going to, go ahead, wave. some reason my camera looks a little not clear. But at any rate, okay. So let's do share. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, so I am going to share with you, not the whole presentation, but I'm going to just cover one of the steps, if you will. This is a training that I put together a while ago, actually. And the training itself is titled Stop Making Excuses and Start Taking Action. Stop making excuses and start taking action. Okay, because we know that a vision is, Jason, we know that a vision is just a vision if you are not taking steps, if you're not taking actionable steps towards actually achieving that goal, right? You can have a vision all day long, but you don't begin to manifest it, right, until you actually put together an action plan and actually execute that action plan consistently. Okay, so the title of this again is Stop Making Excuses and Start Taking Action. So like I said, tonight I'm going to just cover one of the steps. Okay, so just, flow with me. Let's flow. And Instagram, like I said, Jacqueline Kabah Harrison. If you actually want to see the screen, see my share screen, you'll have to pop over to Facebook, okay? Okay, so anyway, why do people make excuses? So again, the purpose of this masterclass is to learn how to stop making excuses and to start taking action. Oftentimes, we set goals for ourselves over and over again, but for whatever the reason, we just don't achieve them, right? The question is why? Why are we not achieving? Why are you constantly setting these goals? Since this is January, let me just say this. I know we can all relate to this at some point or another, making New Year's resolutions, right? And we just don't achieve it. We don't manifest it, right? Or maybe we start and we stop. So again, the question is why? Why do we do that? You have very good intentions, right? You have very good intentions, but you just fail to take action. Or like I said, maybe you'll start and then you'll stop, start and stop, right? And time again, you unconsciously or consciously make decisions or make excuses about why you fail to take action, right? Making excuses. Hence the name of this training is Stop Making Excuses and Start Taking Action. Throat's getting a little dry. So again, time and time again, whether unconsciously or consciously, you start making excuses for why you fail to take action. We tend to rationalize why we do not do certain things to stop from feeling all those negative emotions associated with not following through, right? When you don't follow through, it's not a good feeling. That's not something that, anybody wants to feel. I mean, that's a negative emotion, right? So a lot of us deal with that by making excuses about why we stopped. Like, let's just say, for example, maybe for working out. Oh, I stopped going because the weather got bad. Or, I was too sore. Or my friend wasn't going anymore. Those are like all excuses, right? You're making excuses and rationalizing why you are not following through, okay? Now, this next slide, let me see, will it let me switch it? Yep, okay. So reasons we fail to take action. Reasons you fail to take action. There are numerous reasons why you may fail to take action. However, for the purpose of this masterclass, I'm going to focus on 3. Okay, like I said, I'm just going to do one this evening. So the first one is self-doubt. The second one is fear of failure. And the third one is perfectionism, right? So again, there are a number of reasons why people may fail to take action or why you may fail to take action. But these are the 3 more common ones, the ones that I chose to focus on. So for those of you that may just be popping in, scrolling through, whatever the case is, I want to encourage you to, ask any questions that you may have. And or I want you to let me know if you've ever experienced this, right? If you've ever experienced the making excuses, right? Or finding yourself, you're starting and stopping, right? Or just setting up having all these good intentions and all these goals, and they just don't go anywhere. Okay, let me know in the comments whether you're catching me live or whether you're catching the replay. Let me also address this. There's feet kicking in the background. That's my son, who should be in bed, but he's not. I told him he could, come in here if he was to stay quiet. Okay, so again, I'm Jacqueline Kabay Harrison. I am a confidence and success coach. You have joined me for Evening Motivation with Jackie, which happens every Tuesday and Thursday at 10-ish p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I come and I share different tips and tools and techniques to help you to show up boldly, consistently, and with intention in your coaching and or consulting business, allowing you to be more productive and to consistently not just meet, but to exceed your monthly income goals. Okay, so that's what you're joining me for. And like I said, tag a coach or share this broadcast out. Tag a coach or share this broadcast out. Okay, tonight I'm doing something a little different. I was talking to you about a previous masterclass that I had put together called Stop Making Excuses and Start Taking Action. And in this masterclass, I talk about 3 common ways in which I have found as reasons as to why people make excuses and don't take actions. 1, so like I said before, it's numerous reasons, but I just decided to focus on this 3, okay, for the purpose of this masterclass. So 1 is self-doubt. 2 is fear of failure, and 3 is perfectionism. Okay, so I'm not going to cover all of them at one time, but I'm going to talk a little bit about the first one tonight, self-doubt. And then when I come to you again on Thursday, I'll move into number 2, okay, which is fear of failure. So let me just move this slide up here, because I'm not going to be too much long. I'm trying to keep these broadcasts pretty short because I know everybody is busy. Especially if you're working a 9 to 5, you have your own business, you're juggling that, family responsibilities, community responsibilities. So I'm very aware of that. And Instagram, I'm going to end with you soon. And like I said, if you want to continue to hear the rest of the broadcast, as well as share the screen with me, then jump over to Facebook, okay? So the first one that we're getting into tonight, is the self-doubt, okay? Self-doubt. So the first step to deal with self-doubt is to identify where it is coming from, right? Is to identify where it's coming from. Okay. Let me just adjust this here a little bit. A little closer. Is to address where it's coming from. So here are a few examples to help you identify the root. Okay. So the first one is, does it date back to negative feelings, or does it date back to negative things you were told about yourself when you were younger? Right? Does it date back to negative feelings or negative things you were told about yourself when you were younger? Second one is it from past experiences? Right? Does that self-doubt come from past experiences? Are you overthinking things? And a lot of us do this, like overthinking and perfectionism kind of, they run hand in hand. But when you overthink, that can lead to you not taking action, right? That leads to self-doubt. Or shall I say, when you have a lot of self-doubt, you tend to overthink things, right? So when you experience some self-doubt, you have a tendency to overthink, right? So take a look at that. So that was number 3. Are you overthinking things? And the fourth one here is it because you are stepping outside of your comfort zone, right? we all know how important it is to go outside of your comfort zone, and that growth begins outside of your comfort zone. However, that can be very challenging to do that, right? That could really require you running, experiencing a lot of fear, a lot of negative emotions, right? Anxiety and so on and so forth, stepping outside of your comfort zone. So the first issue, if you will, that we're talking about as one of the reasons why you may fail to take action is self-doubt. And then I began to talk about the first way to deal with that self-doubt is to figure out exactly where it's coming from. So I mentioned, one, does it date back to negative things you were told about yourself when you were younger? Two, is it from past experiences? Three, are you overthinking things? And four, is it because you are stepping outside of your comfort zone? Okay, so just something to think about, when you evaluate, when you reflect, right? When you reflect on your behavior and your thoughts and your feelings and things of that nature, when you journal, when you meditate, this is some questions you can ask yourself. Okay. So this slide is preparing for war against self-doubt, right? So after you have identified the origins of your self-doubt, you can begin to work towards eliminating it. Or if you are not able to completely eliminate it at this time, you can stop it from immobilizing you. And that's important to mention that because obviously the goal is to eliminate it, but that typically doesn't happen overnight. And sometimes for some people, depending on what it is, that may not be realistic. Okay. So that's why I say either working towards completely eliminating it or being able to work through it, right? Where it doesn't cause you to become immobilized or cause you to become stagnant. Furthermore, after you have identified the origins, you can then create an action plan to counteract these beliefs. Okay. So once you identify it, then you can create an action plan to counteract those negative beliefs, those negative thoughts. Okay, then that moves us into perfectionism. So I'm not going to talk about perfectionism tonight. Tonight, I just specifically wanted to deal with the self-doubt. Okay, so again, Jacqueline Kabah Harrison, I'm doing something a little different tonight. I actually wanted to bring to you a masterclass that I had created previously, actually some time ago, I think maybe about 2 years ago. And it's titled, Stop Making Excuses and Start Taking Action. And tonight, I just went through the first one, which is the self-doubt. Okay, we talked a little bit about that. So please, like if you just kind of popping in, you didn't hear from the beginning, go back to the beginning. This is going to be in parts. This is going to be 3 parts, okay? Because I'm going to discuss each of the main concerns, if you will. I'm going to address them separately. So tonight I began to deal with the self-doubt. So just go back to the beginning. Also, let me know if any of this resonates with you. Let me know if you've experienced this before and how you've handled it. Or, maybe some of the unhealthy or the negative side effects that resulted from you experiencing self-doubt, right? Or making excuses, like making an action plan and not following through with it. Let me know if you've experienced that. Let me know how that felt, how that made you feel. I want you to, let me know how you're feeling. Let me know if this makes sense to you or if it doesn't make sense. Just let me know in the comments. And please tag another coach and or share out this broadcast. You never know who may need to hear this message. So I'm going to go ahead and end on that note. Again, my name is Jacqueline Kabah Harrison. I am a confidence and success coach. I work specifically with African American women that have coaching and or consulting businesses. I help them to show up boldly, consistently, and with intention in their coaching and or consulting business. More specifically, we create individualized plans to specifically address or effectively address all of that negative self-talk and those self-sabotaging behaviors, right, that pop out and basically cause you to, become stagnant or to become immobilized, right? And just not move forward, not be able to be consistent in your business. And if you're not consistent, you're not going to get the outcome that you're looking for, right? You're not going to get the outcomes that you're looking for if you are inconsistent, right? If these negative behaviors, self-sabotaging behaviors, and or the negative thoughts, if they creep up and you become so fearful, right, or so anxious or so preoccupied with those negative thoughts that creep up, that it interferes with you being productive in your business. It interferes with you being consistent in your business, right? And again, if you're not consistent, you're not productive, you're not going to produce the results that you are looking to produce in your business, right? So that's what I work towards, helping you to be able to come up with effective strategies to address this negative self-talk, as well as the self-sabotaging behaviors that basically keep us getting in our own way, right? All right, so with that, I'm going to say good night and thank you again. And I will see you all on Thursday evening, okay? All right, have a good night, everyone.